Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ohio Guys here. My name is Christian Ocampo, and today I'm joined by another special guest here today. We have Jalitza Delgado. How are you doing, Jalitza?
Hi, Christian. I am doing great. I'm doing as good as I can be. My catalytic converter got stolen last night at work, which wasn't all that great. But I am doing as good as I can be right now.
Yeah, I did see your update on social media on that. Sorry to hear about that. Just getting anything stolen or property is never a good feeling, and it's very inconvenient to experience.
Yeah, 100%. But the footage was captured, so I'm now going through a police investigation. So it's already a journey, but I'm here, I'm healed, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. Despite that, and with everything happening both in the world and in the world of anime, I'm very excited to finally have you here for this interview. Been meaning to make this happen for quite some time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, and to get us in the path here, why don't you tell us what is it like working in the industry today?
Yeah, so currently working in the industry, there's multiple different routes. Like it's so accessible now, which is so amazing. And being a Latina in this industry has been very eye-opening. I've received roles specifically looking for Latina people, but also very much, the typical role that would go probably to a white girl is now an opportunity for me. So it feels amazing that I'm able to be a part of the changing narrative. And I do on-camera work as well. So my agent signs me as TV, commercial, and film. So a lot of that is changing as well, which is super nice. And in voiceover, it's an amazing experience.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you brought up your heritage, and for those of us fans who have followed your career since the last year and a half or so, you being of Latina descent, you are Panamanian, I believe, or
yeah, I'm Puerto Rican and Panamanian. Mm-hmm.
You're Puerto Rican and Panamanian, and it's always amazing seeing Latinas slowly see more Latinas become part of the anime voice industry scene, because we've had a few in the past since the 90s, 2000s. For me, if you to tell me who are the Latinas of that time frame, we can point to Lisa Ortiz from New York with all the great stuff she's done, or I can point to ADV Films with Cynthia Martinez, another who's done some great work. So now we're seeing you, the younger generation, following in their footsteps, where it's a great opportunity for all the Latinas to see all the Latinas get into the industry and try and make their way into the industry and bring their acting chops to the booth and to all these directors that want to give them a chance on anime and other projects of that sort.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm happy that we're seeing more of that. Hoping to see the ball keep rolling and see how far this goes with the industry ever changing, and it's giving opportunities to minorities or POC actors out there.
I completely agree, 100%.
Yeah, and to kind of go into more of you and your career so far, so being the new part of the new generation, the new name in town. Why don't you tell us, what is your favorite project you have worked on?
I think my favorite project I've worked on so far is Horimiya. It was an amazing opportunity to work with Caitlin Glass. I've worked with Caitlin Glass in the past before on Upper Ramand, but actually working on a show that had a reoccurring role that was prominent, it really meant the world to me. And plus, Remi Aisaki is a character I would cosplay. She's a big, bubbly, bright girl. So she's my bimbo that I love to death. So I love Remy with every fiber of my being. So Horimiya is probably my favorite thing I've worked on.
Indeed, I can understand why it would be your favorite. It is one of those special shows that really digs deep in the human mindset and the adolescence lifestyle. So great choice. And when we talk more about that, and of course mention Apare Raman, another great show that I'm about to ask you anyways. So what was it like working in a show, which was another example of a show that casted so many POC actors, not just in the Latina or Latino side, but also brought in some Black actors and Asian actors. So you really had a great mishmash of casting of different backgrounds in just one show like this.
Oh yeah, one phenomenal casting. Anything Caitlin and Sean have casted now, previously in the past, it always sets a standard for new people, and I love it because it's literally always shattering that glass ceiling. So working with an amazing cast of amazing people who are all talented and diverse was a phenomenal experience for it to be my actual first anime I've ever worked on. So working on Emperor Raman was an experience within itself because it was my first anime. And yeah, I remember my first day getting called in. I was super nervous, but Caitlin walked me through it beautifully, and I couldn't be more grateful.
It's great having a director like Caitlin Glass be behind the helm, and she has been on the road when it comes to giving POC actors an opportunity in these shows, especially newer ones that are still coming straight from Japan, and they're being into the seasonal listing. I have nothing but great things to say about her, just how she tries to give so much opportunity, the way she casts people. And this is a great way to make it be your first anime role, especially one where you do get to have more episodes. And for some starters, some have to like start with like smaller roles, smaller bits, with like one episode or two. But you actually got to get more screen time on Ape Ranman here. So I'm glad that you can get this type of experience with a great director like Caitlin.
For sure. Again, I'm super grateful. And yeah, it's crazy to think that was my first role. While so many people get to work on Walla first, I feel like I jumped ahead and I got a small little role. And of course, everybody starts in different places. And I'm just immensely grateful that I got to start where I did. So yeah.
And I'm happy for you that, again, you get this type of opportunity, especially one that could be sometimes untraditional in ways, just getting this type of role, and especially a title like this one here. And this one just, Tyson Reinhardt said best, he calls this the MA version of Wacky Races.
I know.
Such a classic show. I just love the old classics, Wacky Races, that old time film, that old style animation, and then seeing this one come out in anime form, just seeing all these characters with their own vehicles. It's such a great throwback in a way, just giving that old feel of that Hanna-Barbera style, but with its own anime twist to it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And like they honestly, I love the animation style, like you said. It gives a nostalgic feeling. I honestly like it was it was a wonderful studio that got to do it too. So super, super grateful to have worked on it.
Right on. So here's another show that really had its fan base from the last couple years, 3 years or so. This one was Megalo Box season 2. What was it like working on that project?
Oh wow, that was such a cool experience. I really love Megalo Box too. I love the fact that I got casted as Mara. I I got called in from by Kyle, and when I had my session, my first session, he was just like, "Can you do a Spanish accent?" And I said, "Yes, I can." So I honestly just channeled my mother, who has a very thick Hispanic accent from Panama. So I always have mimicked and learned her pattern. So I just did that. And honestly, Mara is such an amazing baddie character. I love her. I think Mara also did challenge me in some ways, as in I had to have a lower register for her, which I was very terrified at first. And I was like, Kyle, and I was like, do this. He was like, no, you can. And he's an amazing director for always encouraging and helping and inspiring. So I definitely am so grateful for Kyle as well. So Mara was such an amazing, fun role to play.
Yeah, and Megalo Box, but it was a surprise for most people because looking back, I did not even know, or many of us didn't even know it would get a season 2. So when it was announced that it got season 2, I believe it was a big shocker for everyone. Just a premise of the show where you see this with its casting, especially with the Latina casting. Both you and fellow Latino Ben Balmaceda, you both got to be in this show, and as well as kind of represent your guys' heritage as well in Megalo Box with the characters you guys got to play, and just seeing the I guess a similarity to what goes on in the real world and the world of Megalo Box, which is very interesting. Just how much art can reflect real life situations like these.
100%. Whenever it was the episode where they were actually getting like discriminated against, I very much it hit me really deep, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, people have to go through this daily. Like, luckily I'm in the United States where it doesn't happen as often, but it still happens, and when it does, it aches and hurts my heart so much. So being a part of something that was in anime and had to deal with that, it really got me. But you know, Mara is such a strong character that she just went by with her day, and she's like, okay, we're gonna get it clean, we're gonna get this done. Like, I'm not gonna let this affect my lifestyle. So that was another reason what I loved about Mara.
And again, just going back on just the characters themselves, just seeing their own struggles, seeing like their own stories, how they're going through in this show, it makes it even more appealing. It makes it more a way for an audience to relate to, especially those that are Latino, Latina, and myself, I'm also Latino. So definitely I could really help you and Ben with we have similarities and have a bit of that relationship to your characters. It's always just an experience getting to bring out that part of your guys' background and part of your heritage whenever you see characters like these in any type of medium, whether it be anime or stuff that isn't anime, TV series, films, and all that stuff that can illustrate, paint the picture of what everyday people are going through.
I completely agree. Oh my gosh, the depict. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak right now. The depiction. There you go. I think that's how you say it. Of Megalo Box and having that Latina culture or Latinx culture shown was phenomenal. And then even working with amazing voice actors like Chris Guerrero, like I was honored to even be in his Mara to his chief. So definitely, I definitely agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to also own my own limited edition box set of Megalo Box Season 2. I have the first one in the limited edition. I'm hoping to add Season 2 as well to my collection. It's a very special show, and it's one that, with its story, it's something that any anime collector would appreciate, and having a physical release at home just
Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to get it. I'm literally going to walk because that will be, yes, I'm an Epideraman, but I feel like I want to get the Megalobox DVD at like Best Buy and be like, look, Mom, I made it. I'm in Best Buy.
yeah, that's a little bucket list you can cross off your list, especially if anything you worked on gets to be sold at the Best Buy shelf. So yeah, I'm glad that you can get this type of experience, being part of another great show like this. You've definitely been working hard, just getting into these type of shows that tell compelling stories, that they can tell these type of in-depth stories that, going back to what I said before, just really that relationship, that those characters that people can relate to, and for audience members to grow a sort of attachment to these characters, what they're going through. So I think Megalo Box did a great job depicting that, illustrating all of that.
Definitely. It was an amazing show, and I'm so honored to be working on it and worked on it.
And yeah, let's see how far this show goes. Maybe I guess season 3, but you know, who knows? Especially with seasons these days, it's almost. I've been seeing a lot of shows just keep getting more seasons one after the other. So we're in a very good time frame when new seasons are always a possibility than they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, and then also with Megalobox, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I think Mada's journey ends. Like I don't know if she'll ever come back, but I was talking with Kevin, who plays Neo, my son, and literally I was just like, well, what if like Neo becomes a boxer and that's like his story, you know? I would love to see that if that was even like a possibility.
Right, yeah. They can always just cover up the other characters, make a spin-off, make another route with these characters. That's what anime has always done, just taking us in these other directions, covering different stories of different characters. It's always on the table.
100%.
So yeah, that was Megalo Box right there. So going to another question, and here's one that you have mentioned before, and one that has really been special for everyone, both involved and both for the audience. And the anime I'm talking about is Horimiya. What was like working on that anime?
Oh my gosh. I mean, to just piggyback everything I said earlier, Horimiya is just a dream come true. I think it was a dream anime, a dream role, just being a part of a story that is a slice of life. I grew up on slice of life stuff, so getting to be a part of all that action, just literally it meant the world to me. So I definitely am super grateful and thankful for everyone I got to work with. I got to work with Zeno Robinson and Neris Quinones, Alejandro Saad, Marissa Duran, like these phenomenal actors. And just to be a part of that pool of talent, just I'm in awe and so thankful to this day that I got that opportunity.
When this was announced a while back, like during the spring season, you could tell like this one was very special just by the characters that we saw, and then the casting, when it was both an introduction to both the audience on Horimiya and to both to you, to Marissa Duran, and to Sadis Perez, because the three of you were new to the industry. You three were the new ones that were coming in, that people did not know who you guys were beforehand, before Horimiya, and now the audience got to hear your guys' performances and hear what your voices brought to the table, into what the show was illustrating in its episodic moments. So I think everything came into play just nicely with how Horimiya was presented to the fan base.
Yeah, and I'm literally Marissa, Celeste, and Eddie's. I'm so immensely grateful to work with these amazing actors. Marissa and Celeste are native Dallas theater people, and they freaking killed it at Horimiya. And then, as you can tell, Marissa kept getting amazing roles after that, as well as Celeste in her first leading role in anime, and she killed that one too. Like, it's phenomenal to see how much they've blossomed and grown, and I adore those girls so much. They are literally sunshines I want to protect, so I definitely love them. And meeting Anettes for the first time in person at Anime NYC was an amazing experience. She just is so full of warmth and love, and I could sing every single person's praise who worked on this show, just because they are that amazing. So super thankful for Horimiya.
Me being a guy that loves stories, especially stories that are not always happy ones. They're not always sunshine and rainbows. This one was really kind of tough, because it did address male depression, especially in the teenage years, where we got to see the journey of the main character, him making friends that were pulling him out of his depressive state of mind, and just seeing that the world isn't all dark and gloom. All these characters, and you could say that they all probably represent colors, just by either their eyes and their hair color. They were able to get him out of that black and white world that he was always seeing through his own eyes, and for them to be part of his world. They were to bring new light, bring new way of life into his future. And I think that was very special just for us, the audience, seeing all these episodes and seeing all these characters come together, where towards the end, he was a both different person and saw life with a whole new meaning. So that was something that was really special, just seeing the journey from beginning to end.
Definitely. And I love the way I read the manga, and I love the way that they definitely portrayed the anime. Granted, I wish it was longer, just because there was so much more in the manga that could have been animated, but what they did, they took the major moments and captured it, and it was beautiful. And I'm so thankful for the animators in Japan, and how Caitlin and Sean handled the dub. Like, they killed it, they smashed it. I can't sing more praise about it. I'm gonna keep reiterating everything I said, just because I love them and I love this show so much.
Yeah, same here. I just love it how anime, or how in the Japanese writers, creators, they always tell these deep stories, these dark moments in people's lives, and they always try to build up to in a way, a happy ending, but I would say more of a realistic, more of a positive towards of ending, whether it would just be some small moment where they're able to kind of change their own perspective, and not so much trying to make their whole life become, marshmallows and rainbows and fluffy bunnies, but more of what a young adult could have in their life, with the right type of people in their lives, a great support network that will keep them in the right path, that there is a hand that they can reach out to, that there's a shoulder that they can go to whenever they are in this state of mind. So I'm glad that we can get stuff like this to relate to, and can kind of see ourselves be part of this world and be part of these characters. So yeah, I'm happy what Horimiya did with the storytelling aspect.
That made my heart so happy, and I 100% agree with you.
I'm happy that you enjoy everything about it, just being part of this anime, contributing to it. And again, we can always go on just tell each other how great this anime is, and I would agree with you too. Wish it was a bit longer, and just again more from a storytelling standpoint. I like to see how far their futures go, how far like life for the main character and the rest of the characters, where they go after high school. How far will they go with college, maybe in the real life working world. I like to see how they would go, in that direction, and maybe on the way they can always find other people that are in the same rut, in the same dark state of mind, and maybe they can always pull others out along the way.
I just want to see Remy go to the zoo, man. She just wanted to go to the zoo.
You're right. I like to see that too. I really forgot about that one. So yeah, glad we can finally talk about Horimiya. Great show, and they have its great happy moments. So, and to kind of keep us track, keep riding the happy train, I want to talk about this other anime that really embodies that type of happiness, that type of sunshine, rainbow feel to it. And this one is Kuma Bear. What was like freaking on that anime?
Oh boy, Kuma Bear. First and foremost, I want to say I love Shodi with every fiber of my being. And she is my most challenging role. I do play high character voices, but Shodi was a whole new level of high I wasn't used to yet, especially still being very new into anime. And every single day, I thank my lucky stars that Jade Saxton was the director. She had the patience of a calm river. I adore her with every fiber of my being. I am super, super grateful that Jade was so patient with me as I took my journey along with Shodi. And it's so cute. Like, I don't know what to describe Kuma Bear other than it is a cutesy little ball of joy and video game-esque. I really loved Kuma Bear, but yeah, Shorty is my most challenging role, which is very funny to be a little 6-year-old girl to challenge me, but it was a great experience.
This show really embodied just that cuteness feel to it. It really portrayed that more of that nicer looking happy feel when watching it, and especially if you want to just sit down, watch something that's not as heart-wrenching as some other shows that can go to that level. Kuma Bear is one of those shows where you just let loose, just sit back and just enjoy all the cuteness, especially with all the characters. Like, there's so many cute characters in this show, from small little girls to to Maurice Venti's character just wearing that bear suit. Just everything about it was just a joy to it whenever just going through each episode and just seeing Maurice's character just do things, and just it's just a show where you just not worry about anything bad, just sit back and just enjoy the show.
Exactly. It was a feel-good anime. I love it.
And yeah, and another example of a show that wish it could have gone longer, because it was just that cute. It was that level of cuteness where, but when you were getting towards the end, that was just a part of me where it's like, oh no, like it's gonna end soon. Like I'm not done like taking in all the cuteness and all the feel good moments that the show brought in. Like even though it was a isekai slash adventure genre anime, it still had that slice of life feel to it. Whenever it was like, whenever we're not doing like the adventure aspect, whenever it wasn't anything like fighting wise, it was more of just them enjoying their city life and enjoying that, more of that pseudo medieval type of lifestyle. So yeah, I just wish we could just see more of that fun stage of the show.
I do too. I heard that there is a season 2. Like, this was something I saw on Anime News Network like months ago. So maybe, maybe not. I don't know. If we're just, I'm here along for the ride.
Yeah, it'd be great if they did season two, and again, just for us to lose ourselves back in Kuma Bear. It's just it's that special of a show because once in a while we need like a show like this to to kind of transition ourselves away from hard hitting shows that really tell tough stories. This was kind of way to rinse away of that stuff, and then once we're done, then we can go back to those type of shows, whatever they might be, whatever title they are. I think it's a good one to kind of like a rest, like a bonfire rest, just to sit down and just take in the goodness from this anime.
100% agree.
So yeah, great anime, just very kid friendly, and I think this one that even a younger audience can really enjoy because it's that minimal with violence and fighting. It's just one where you can just just enjoy the life aspect. To continue on this interview, especially with more of the cuteness aspect, here's one where I know you're going to enjoy talking about, and this is Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Group. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, Love Live Miyazaki. That was I actually fell in love with Love Live at the beginning of quarantine. Literally, it was like April 2020. I'm like, what do I need to watch? And I was like, everyone talks about this, so let me just watch it. So then I binged it. I binged all of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this show. I'm in love with these little idol girls. I'm like, I want in. And auditions came out for Nijisaki, and I was just like, I don't even care if I don't even get one of these girls. I just want to be in it. And I got called in to do a session for one of the background characters, and I am immensely grateful for it. Yeah, I'm super thankful for Love Live. It was an amazing time. I got to say it's time for the School Idol Festival, which was a dream to say. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about Love Live other than I'm proud to be a part of it, honestly.
It's so surprising how after all these years since the first iteration of Love Live came out, we're still getting tons more of different iterations, and they are all charming in their own ways with their own set of characters and with their own style of music, their own methods of dancing. They're all not the same, like even though they have the same name title, everything about it is different, like different high school, different group of girls, their own music, just everything about it. There's always something different. And again, just cute high school girls dancing their hearts out, them just enjoying their youth together, making great live music in front of crowd. It's one of those shows where people can just really just enjoy just that slice of life feel, that feel good moment, just seeing these girls do what they love. They love to sing, they love to dance, and they want to show the world what they can do on stage. A very simple concept, and just something that it's always just special, just seeing how hard these girls work and how much they care for one another when they're on stage together.
100%. I completely agree. Yeah, it's just something magical. They're not magical girls, but there's something magical.
Yeah, it's their music that makes it magical, their performance that makes it magical. Just everything about them. They're doing what any other group would do. They want to make just great music, make great memories, and have that camaraderie together on stage. Just again, just pouring their hearts out to the audience. You know that they want to give them the best performance, the best music that their ears can listen to. So I'm just surprised how again we've got so many Love Live. I wonder how many more iterations we're gonna keep going. Like if it's gonna go for another 5 years, another 10 years, like just an endless supply of Love Live coming our way is what I feel. And you know, we'll see how they go and what directions these other groups will go.
I agree. Literally, I agree.
Yeah, just so much appreciation for it. And of course, I gotta tip my hat to Megan Shipman, who is so in love with Love Live. Like, if anyone sees her posts on social media, she gushes so much on Love Live. Like,
Oh,
even
she really does. Even inside the studio, she was gushing some more about Love Live. Literally, the way that she directs, you can tell how much she loves it and how much passion she has for it. So, literally, kudos and all the love to Megan. Soft bean must protect the cinnamon roll. I agree.
you, you said best. And yes, I every time she shows that passion, it makes me want to support her because these are these are this is a special title that is dear to her heart. It's something that she enjoys, and I know she's gonna be very quick on the next iteration whenever it comes out. So maybe she'll be able to work on that one. Who knows? But most likely we're gonna get more in the future. Continue on this interview. Here's another title you got to work on that a lot of people appreciate, that people like this animation style and just the premise. And here we're gonna be talking about Remain. What was like working on that title?
So funny because I only ever had one session, but it was like the quickest session that had so much fun with it. Emily is an amazing director, and getting to work with her was such a great experience. She's like I say Megan is a soft bean, which yes, but Emily is the softest of the beans. She is so sweet, so kind, knows what she's doing, man. Like I love Emily. And I really hope I'm able to work with her more in the future. I really can't speak much on Remain because my part was so small, but I had such an amazing opportunity working on it just for one small bit. But it was a really fun opportunity, and I'm super thankful to be a part of it.
This title, I've seen so much love for it, for its I guess it's, I say sports, or I say swimming sports genre. I don't even know how to really characterize this one, but just its focus is what people have got drawn to, just by what Remain tries to illustrate. I think that's why people really love it, and it's great to see a show like this, especially with its visuals. Like, it's one of those animation styles that really just capture the vibrant colors and the the facial expressions, and even the background, the surrounding landscape. And I just give kudos to animators that can create that detail of animation with their artwork, because it's high caliber. It's just very visually gorgeous, just seeing that type of level of art, of an artistic mindset.
Oh yeah, Remain. The swim boys are so pretty, so pretty. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, just with the whole swim boys thing too, like, and girls who really sink their teeth into that genre, like, and we've seen other past shows like these with like male athletes just giving their all in whatever sport they are, especially when it comes to swimming. I've just seen so much appraisal, so much love that the fandom have given to this genre, because how many have they done so far? And when I lose track of that, I'm just amazed how whenever there's a new one that comes into play, people really expecting, high hopes, and just just great anime boys just doing what they do best.
Exactly. Great anime boys who do what they do best. That's the best way to put it.
Oh, indeed. So now comes to the funny question I always like to ask everyone. If you could be any character you have voiced in real life, who would you be? And you can mix and match.
Oh my gosh. I'm Remy in real life. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm a bimbo. I mean the best. I love wearing pigtails even though I'm 25. Um I honestly, I'm Remy but in human form. I really love her. So I definitely think that's my brand. um yeah, honestly. Uh I know this sounds so stupid, but when I grow up, I'd love to be Mata, even though I am an adult. But I'm like, if I was like 40 something, I definitely could see myself as a Mata. Um, but yeah, definitely, I see myself as Remy right now and wish to be a Mata later in life.
That's amazing to hear. And especially when you talk, it's so amazing how it's really close to Remy, like being close to your real voice, and that energy you have. I can really picture you being a real life Remy, just from what you've said so far.
That means a lot. I embody Remy very much. If you meet me in person, I promise you, I am a chaotic small being that will just run around, and I'll give you a hug and be like, "Thank you so much," and then run away. So definitely, I relate to Remy a lot.
That's good to hear. And yes, love Remy, love that, just love how cute she is and how bubbly her personality is. Just in a way, I'm kind of glad that was kind of your answer, because at this point, everyone loves Remy. Everyone can't say anything bad about Remy at this point.
Honestly, it was so funny whenever I got casted as Remy and I had like my first two sessions. She was mean to Hori, and I was just like, I know she was joking around with Hori, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure people would have like really assumed Remy was mean or like backstabby or just like really airheaded. And I just truly thought people, oh, I'm so sorry. I truly thought people were not gonna like Remy. And I told Caitlin, I was like, people are gonna hate Remy, aren't they? And Caitlin goes, no, 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 no. They're not gonna hate her. You like, she's so sweet. You can't hate her. And I was like, okay, Caitlin. And of course she was right. So it was a really funny moment. I truly thought people were gonna hate her.
So I'm glad that didn't go that direction. People warmed got warmed up to Remy really quickly. Again, just because of her personality, especially like the way she looks, her short status or short height. That's just everything enjoy Remy just by personality by herself, and just just the way she talks. Like, it's just, she's really adorable, you know.
Definitely agree. Adorable being.
Yes. Adorable being. All right. So, is there anything coming out that you can talk about, or anything you want to plug in at this time?
I mean, there's nothing I'm allowed to legally say yet. Just keep an eye on Funimation, I guess. I mean, yeah, honestly, just keep your eye out on the anime. I may be making an appearance, but I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Everything changes by the day, so yeah. Really can't say much. But I'm enjoying the time. I mean, it is a brand new year, so 2022. I've been quietly working in the shadows on projects. One really big thing I would like to announce though is I'm currently working on my first feature film. It's called Boy Band. It's a book adaptation written by Jacqueline E. Smith, who's an amazing author, so you should go check out all her books on Amazon. But it's about a girl who's in love with her best friend, who just so happens to be a part of the world's most popular boy band. So it's literally One Direction meets To All the Boys I Loved Before. It's an amazing book series. So definitely check it out if you are a fan of reading and fan fictions and boy bands. I think it's a great read. And a quick one too. You're gonna put the first book down and then you're like, I immediately need the second book.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to get to work or something like that. And if it has a website, I'll be more than happy to put the book down in the description down below for any of the viewers out there who are curious about it. They can definitely visit the site in the description box.
Yeah, we got an Instagram, we got a Twitter, and we have a Facebook page. Currently, the website is working. I will say that it should be up in about 2 weeks. But yeah.
All right. And since Ren mentioned social media, do you have any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or any other platforms for fans to contact you at?
The Facebook is for friends only, so please don't find me on Facebook. I'm very easy to find, but I will decline your request. I also on Twitter it's Jalitza. On Instagram it's Jalitza. And yeah, if you really like cosplay, you can also follow my cosplay page, petitemagicalgirl.cos. I cosplay a lot of my hero, and I've done Remy once. I haven't posted a picture of her yet, but I've done Remy. Yeah, I just do a lot of different ones. So yeah, follow my cosplay page if it's something that you're interested in seeing.
Well, thank you, Jalitza, for this awesome interview. I was happy to have you here. It's a pleasure just talking to you and getting all these questions here. So thank you again for being here today.
Thank you. Literally, you are the sweetest soul, and I'm so glad we finally had time to do this.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate hearing that compliment. Really means a lot to me, just hearing that. So thank you, and thank you to our viewers here for this episode of the How Guys here. Thank you, everyone, and I will be see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye.